Okay, there we go. Welcome in, everybody. Maybe welcome in. I think that's working. Okay, let's get that going. Let's get this set up. Start Q&A. That's what I want. Not today. Okay. How are you doing? I'll transition to that.
Spent most of the morning doing painting practice. I decided that still lifes suck.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up doing a couple of like 30-minute practices with a figure reference from r/Draw Me Not Safe for Work, which was much more fun.
That's good. Yeah, I have trouble with still life as well. Bionic, hello. How are you today? Uh-oh, we're getting, No, wow. It's early. I already still can't think of anything. That's great. Tim Burton. That's what I was trying to say. We're getting very Tim Burton in here already. Goblin, hello. Welcome in.
Tim Burton rugby. That's perfect, actually.
Sif, hello, hello. Yerler. I was doing a commission yesterday and I started redoing the lines. I was like, man, I really like just sketchy garbage lines.
I mean, I do too.
I'm not sure if I want to keep them or not. I guess it wouldn't hurt to keep both, except that I kind of redraw some of it. So there's a lot of stuff I want to correct, but then I just need to add my garbage line back in.
The thing about those garbage lines is they're so expressive.
Yeah.
They add energy.
Western Justice, hello, hello. I'm doing alright. Back from vacation. Exhausted, but getting back better. Couldn't tell, like yesterday, I don't want to say I felt dizzy, because I didn't feel dizzy, but like, it's hard to see stuff. I couldn't figure out what was going on, so I Sonicade washed my eye glasses this morning. And there was a lot of crap on them, so I don't know if it's just like sunscreen and sweat making it hard to see or what, but see how that goes. Might just have to go back to the eye doctor sooner than I anticipated. So I think my eye is basically almost healed up now, and my vision has changed because of the whole surgery and everything. So it's like probably need new glasses, at least for the one eye. My Awakened Platypus Monk on the list. Western Justice, if you put it on there from Monday, it is asking me to check now. I have to stop and go look at the list, and it's kind of disruptive. I will check for you, but now I have to look over this whole list, because we got about 30. Yes, it is on the list. Did it last night. That's why I asked. Sorry. Yeah, so I get them right before the stream. So as long as they're on the list before before I start the stream, then you should be good. Yeah, no problem. Just have faith. Have faith that I know what I'm doing. John, hello, hello, welcome in. How do you request things? Abomination against man. If you have not posted them on the YouTube community post before the stream started, you can post them here in chat, and then I will add it to the list. And then we have a list, and we roll the dice, and the dice decide what we draw.
In true D&D fashion, we trust everything to the dice gods.
Yeah.
And they are not always kind.
There's always one that I see that I'm like, oh no, that's going to be really tough, and then that's what the first one I have to draw is. I don't know why that's the way it is, but that feels like the way that it is. Rules are in the Discord down, or the chat down below, but it is just one sentence character description, no mimics, no fan art. And yeah, that's it. Pretty simple. Warming up with a rugby sketch here. All of the Patreon rewards went out last week before I went on vacation. But if people would like to snag the Moogle sticker, message me in Discord, and I will. I think I could send them out for like $5 to get the postage and stuff taken care of. And if people want to throw in some of the other ones, probably send out the Moogle sticker and the rupee sticker like I did for the Patreon members. I still have some of those if people would like them. Yes. Probably need to put up a thing in Discord about like, hey, you guys can grab stickers before they're gone. I ended up having a bunch extra this month because of the special they were doing. Something like that. Corvus, hello, hello. So aliens, Rook? Aliens? What? What are we talking about? Bri, hello, welcome in. How are you today? Corvus, how are you doing?
Is my little Myconid not alien enough for you?
Corvus got us out of left field there. I missed aliens. What are we talking about? Oh no. Oh, okay. There was context. Former U.S. intelligence official David Gersh claims under oath that aliens exist and that the U.S. government is possession of a UFO. And non-humanoid bodies. Nice. You heard it second here, apparently, from Twitter. I'm always worried about former U.S. intelligence officers.
Yeah, same.
I really want, like, I want a current person to be like, listen, I'm probably going to get fired for this, but aliens. That would be more credible.
And they didn't build the freaking pyramids.
Yeah. Well, maybe they did. Who knows? They're real now, so whatever. I'm so pumped for the new campaign my friend and I are dealing. That's good, Paul. Yeah, call BS on this. The ferrets are extra ferrety today. Oh, Brian, I'm sorry to hear that. I am sorry to hear that. We went to a exotic animal expo. There was a bunch of like lizards and snakes and stuff, and there was one person that had ferrets, and right next to their booth was a taxidermy booth of ferrets, and I was like, that doesn't feel right. There's something wrong here.
Yep.
Like, I don't know, maybe they're friends, maybe they're not friends, maybe they're enemies, who knows. those? Ferrets are pretty cute, but I don't think I would ever own them.
Yeah, my brother babysat ferrets for his friend when he was in high school and I was just a little kid, and I'm never gonna get over that smell.
Yeah, it's not great.
I think I likewise will never have ferrets. I'm good with a cat.
They smell pretty bad. Yeah. I do like the if you spell applesauce with only A's. TikTok. It's a pretty good one. That's ferret related, by the way, if you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I brought that up. I like this random TikTok meme. Male green hag. Do they exist? Also, can I make a deal for powers? I really want them. You really want hags to exist, or you want powers?
I think that there are no male hags.
What is the male equivalent of a hag?
It's a good question. I don't know.
I mean, like, I guess hags are just kind of the matronly expression of fae.
Not necessarily. They're like the vindictive sort of matronly
But they have a like a
version of fae.
they have a physical continuity to them, right? Like
Yeah.
poachers. Do you own any exotic animals? I don't. I do not. They'll breathe in too much leaded gasoline. Maybe. It's just working for the government makes you think aliens are real. Don't they just take a form of an old woman? That could be it. Yeah. So it could just be it's like a chosen perspective of it. And that's kind of what I was getting to with the fae thing. Like, I feel like it's almost like a what would you call it? Bugs go from their larval state to like their mating state.
Oh, right.
So it's just like any fake creature's like, well, time to have weird changeling babies, and then they just like form into their hag, take their hag form, and devour children and swap out the.
So are you suggesting that nymphs are literally the nymph stage?
Yep, that's it. And then they go into the hag stage, and then they either die or they turn back into the larval stage. The applesauce meme makes me think that the Ultra Beast from Pokemon, Guzzlord. Yeah. His voice is just a dude screaming, "Look up, Guzzlord." It looks a lot like a guy. Plays the clip of, really? Maybe that's what it was based off of. Are they genderless? That's kind of my thought. Like, I think the hag are technically, like all fae, kind of genderless, and they just choose to express in a way that humans kind of figure out what the hell's going on. I don't know if I want to type in Guzzlord to the internet. I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Guzzlord screaming. That's a whole lot of Gen Z meme that I can't handle right now. I clicked forward and a bunch of people's faces were spinning, so I'll look at that later. I'll check that out later. I think I'm good. I think I'm good on rugby warm up. It's time to go. So for those of you who are just joining in, if you haven't suggested a character yet, you're very welcome to. Only one per week, but I have a list here of all of the things from earlier in the week in the community post. So if you're not on getting the community posts, make sure you click subscribe, bell thingy, whatever. I'm gonna roll some dice, and that will tell us what we're gonna draw, and we're gonna go from there. 12 is my first roll. A shifter, aberrant mind sorcerer, whose mother was a were-tiger. Wields a wad of power and hides herself in a hood cloak. So a tiger with a cloak. Tiger shifter. Aberrant mind. Aberrant mind isn't essentially like... No, it is. They don't have to have tentacles, right? It's just like...
I wouldn't know.
I believe without looking, fawns were always male, nymphs were always female, but in D&D they're not. Somewhere there's like one male hag just chilling out annoying. There's no one to bug in the tavern. Oh, no one to be buds to go to the taverns with. Maybe. They did that in Grimm, and I kind of didn't like it. It felt a little bit like Ganondorf. Once every 1,000 years, a male hag is born. That show got really weird really fast. Your rat paladin. Is that your suggestion? You want me to draw a rat paladin? Void corrupted feminine dragonborn archer? Okay, do that. What does a void corrupted mean? Is it a void dragon? Because that's a thing. Rat paladin is on the list. Truly satisfied from character art. I just want to crack some jokes. That's fine. Hopefully we'll get some jokes in here. Power of pine salt. Ashley Brown, what are you talking about? Welcome in, by the way. Victor, hello, hello. Aberrant Mind Sorcerer is the psychic. Okay, the 5e psychic. Got it. Psychic tiger with cloak. Elven hair, hello, hello. Void like from League of Legends. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. It's essentially a void dragon, then. We can do a void dragonborn. Just lots of dark color. Black with purple highlights. Okay, tiger. How am I gonna do this? Oh, I didn't. What we're doing? We're doing purple. Purple. Okay. All right. Insane crane-like Kenku wizard shopkeep. Okay, that's a cool one. I like that. Is that what's happening? Am I in Control B? Ah, interesting.
I don't know. What are you doing with that? What's the problem?
I'm fat fingering stuff.
Ah, gotcha.
And it's doing weird stuff. Philosophical opossum. Legit character art? Would you draw my... I don't know what that word is. Demoseli? Crane wizard? I'm not sure what that means. I'll put it on the list. But I'm gonna need some clarification.
Demoiselle?
Yeah.
It looks French to me.
A possum person wizard. An ankle-long robe who's 6 feet tall. Has a long tail. What's going on there? We got a lot now today. This is great. So for those of you that don't get your stuff drawn today, because I doubt I'm going to get 30 done, we will be doing this on Friday as well. We'll just keep that open.
Demoiselle is a Central European species of crane.
Okay.
They're black and white and they look pretty cool.
Nice. I want to make sure that Druid can be heard. I'm not just talking to myself. I think we're good. I say that right as the music stops. Sklim. The Sklim in Pathfinder could seem like the male counterpart to hags. Okay. If a hag dryad mates with a satyr, the child is either race, not a hybrid? Oh, that's cool looking. great. I can hear. Okay, cool.
Good. Wait, how did you hear me? I haven't said anything.
I assume. Yeah, that was great. By the way, thanks. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
The potential male counterpart to a hag.
Yeah. So, or moreover, like the character with all the lineages, like an 8th dragon, an 8th human, an 8th whatever.
Yeah.
If a tiefling and or was it a satyr and if a satyr and a centaur have a child, can they have a human? It's just like I would argue no, but I also don't think that's how that works.
When a centaur and a mermaid love each other very much,
you can pump up 30 in a day. Horrible. I mean, I probably could.
That wouldn't be fun, though.
Yeah. I'd like to get other things done today. I could go back to time limits, where you only get 10 minutes per drawing, and then you get a whole bunch of just bad sketches. But
yeah, let's not do that unless we have to. As much as I complain about not getting enough done,
yeah, you guys are hurting.
Also, I like taking my time.
Father is a minotaur, my mother is a mermaid. I'm a fishatar. No, I do think one, it's not genetics, and two, it's magic. So like, there's a lot of wiggle room in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure any fae that fucks any other fae just has a fae.
Yeah. Which is where I'm getting at with the hags, is like, I think the hags are just hags.
Yeah, they're just an expression of fae that turns into a vindictive old crone with lots of magic who likes to torture people and eat babies.
I think it's a guise. Everybody trusts a grandmother. It's like, you are creepy looking. It's like, that's perfect. A minomer. Poor male hexblood forced to be hags. Yeah, I don't think that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's like a. I don't think it's. I don't know. Don't think about it too hard.
I like the idea that all fae are gender fluid.
Yeah. Like, if a fae really wanted to, they could probably like hump a rock and make a weird rock fae creature.
Probably.
So I'm not too worried about them being biologically gendered, because nothing works like that in D&D. Fae are weird, they do their thing, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Especially when you look at changelings as like, I think specifically the changelings as in like fae creatures that replace babies. Like they are just ungendered because they can be whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, they are shapeshifters.
Yeah.
The whole point of them is that the whole point of them is that they can be whatever, so they take on the position of whatever child they're replacing.
I do also like the idea that those sometimes aren't children. They're just really old fae that are lazy and like, man, I want to be pampered for a little bit. So I'm going to pretend to be a baby for a while. And that's why whenever children exhibited things like beyond their years, people are like, oh, must be a fae. Fae's taking over that child. Hey, yo, mama, bring me some more gruel. Wah, wah, wah.
Is this Myconid too creepy?
I like it. Too creepy? I mean, are you trying to... Is it a fighter? Or are you trying to fuck it?
Neither.
Then it's fine. I recently rewatched your Otterfolk video trying to get the idea for a waterbound campaign. I love the idea that the little pockets... Yeah. I like it too.
Yeah.
I keep...
Otterfolk was great.
There's a YouTube video, or YouTube channel that does little like animal shorts that keeps popping up on my feed. And the one that keeps popping up is like otters use rocks for everything as tools. So he's like, son, Kevin, go get me a 3/8 quarter inch for this car. And he walks over and it's just a box full of rocks. Like, Kevin, bring me the 3/8. And the kid's just panicking. So funny.
Is that is it an animated like little cartoon short thing? Yeah.
They do
I think I know who you're talking about because I saw one about beavers are terrified of running water.
Yeah.
Was in the lazy river at a water park and damned the whole thing.
The other funny one was like, chinchillas bathe in sand. And so like, all right, now you got to wash before you get in the car. And so all the little baby chinchillas start throwing sand on themselves. And then he opens the car door and just sand pours out. He's there with the beach. That was the joke. I've seen that. The channel's great. Yeah, that channel. You know what? The thing I want drawn, something monstrous. I don't care what. I mean, Druid's making a pretty monstrous mushroom right now. I've been drawing a lot of sexy boys lately. Just, not sure why. I guess I personally draw a lot of sexy ladies. I keep getting commissioned for sexy boys. I guess I drew some sexy ladies last month. I'm gonna not worry about it. How do you show that a character is psychic? Like, with visual language, how do you show that a character is psychic? Whee! We can do the old,
Give
Marvel.
him something floating above an open hand.
Oh, that would work, yeah. Trying to think of the Professor Xavier lines that they used to do in Marvel Comics.
Oh, yeah.
Whee! Whee! Big brains. Yeah, purple waves. Dang it. Sorry, everybody. I came back from vacation. I think I got sick. I honestly think that's why that or my allergies are just kicking my ass. So, one of the two.
Or both.
Or both.
Could be both.
Could be both. Throat is just... doesn't hurt. You just can't talk. Thought maybe I got COVID or something, and I checked and I did not, so that's good, but like... them's the breaks.
The Game Grumps joke, you got the thing that comes after COVID, and sync.
You got the... got the season pass. Hand to head. I mean, that was the... I guess that was the other Professor Xavier thing, right? Just,
yeah. Well, not just Professor Xavier. Jean Grey did it too.
Gotta focus. Focus with your hands. Direct your finger brain powers. Do tigers have a... I just need to look up a picture of a tiger. That's what I need. Tigers. I don't remember if they said tiger or lion now. They're getting a tiger. The third eye. Oh, third eye might be cool. Oh, tigers have much longer noses than I've given them.
I have to ask, am I the only one who thought that Doctor Strange's third eye was done really poorly? Like it looked bad?
Honestly, I forgot that it happened. I was watching a thing the other day and they were like, "Ooh, Doctor Strange's third eye." I'm like, "Third eye? What the hell are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh. Yeah, I guess that did happen, didn't it?" So it was not memorable, to say the least, for me. And whether or not that is because it was poorly done or not, I don't know.
I think that like the CG was fine. It's just like it looked to me like they just green screened an extra eye in the middle of his forehead.
Yeah, it did not feel like they spent a lot of time on it. The music today is Final Fantasy Channel, is what it's called. So I'm not sure if we're going to keep it for long, but it's a little too chill. The other option is World of Warcraft or chess. Those are the new stations I have. Or I could go back to Minecraft. Minecraft one's... Let's check out the World of Warcraft one. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, I'm fine. Let's see what chess music sounds like.
I've never considered chess matches to have particularly well curated soundtracks.
We'll find out. Here we go. I like to think of myself not stupid. For most situations, I feel like I'm not an idiot. But Jump Rope bought a Go board. I think it's Go. And
the
we tried
black and white.
Yeah, and I tried to learn how to play that, and I don't understand it. It's just like, I only played it twice, but like it makes me feel real dumb. It's just like, what? What am I doing?
Yeah. I spent an hour trying to learn it once, and I could never get it distinct from Othello in my mind. And
yeah, I think I know Othello.
yeah, Othello is the one with double-sided chips,
Okay.
black and white.
Yeah,
and,
you flip them, right?
and yeah, you flip them.
It is a little lo-fi. FPS chess, though. FPS chess is funny. I like that.
Is that? I'm not familiar with that.
It's a game. Or am I thinking of chess with a shotgun? Shotgun chess? That's really funny.
No.
It's a deck building roguelike where you play as a it's like you as the king versus the chess setup. So like other chess pieces, but you have a shotgun. So Go is all about controlling territory. Yeah. It's like about surrounding and flanking and like just cutting off passageways. And every time I thought I had it, it's just like, I think this is right, and then it was just like, nope, that was wrong. So I'm gonna have to play it some more and try to figure it out. But
Yeah.
Struggled hard.
I know it's a lot more complicated than Western chess.
Yeah, I like chess. I used to play a lot of chess when I was younger. But tried picking up Go and didn't go so well. No pun intended. I'm going to color in this hood, and then I'm going to call this one done. I've recently gone buck hunting for the first time, and I got, I believe, a 10-pointer. That's... Is that 10 points on the horns, or are you using the scoring system? Because there's a scoring system I just learned about that I don't understand. I don't know where I'd really tiny rank, so measurements might be off. Let's do a shoulder or a European mount. I don't know what a shoulder mount is. Oh, where you go from like the whole head? Is the European one just the horns? The Red Dead soundtrack goes hard. My family has been big hunters, but I never have gone deer hunt.
My brother likes guns and likes hunting, but I don't think he's ever actually shot anything.
He just likes going out. I'm that way with fishing. I really like the activity of fishing. I don't really care to catch anything. It's like... Catch it, then you gotta clean it and take care of it. And...
I don't mind the cleaning of fish, but I don't generally like to eat them.
Yeah. It's just the skull. Okay. It's shot dirt. Alright, I'm done with this one. I'm gonna roll the dice for the next one. Four. That's a really low number. An Otterfolk Fury Barbarian, Snapping Turtle Jaw Fist Weapon, and Snake Fang Rings.
So wait, is that like Snapping Turtle Jaw Knuckle Dusters?
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. There's also, my other suggestion was Bear Boar. But, yeah, I'm only going to do the first one. 1 week. 1 week. Otterfolk, Fury Barbarian, Snapping Turtle Jaw, Fist Weapons, and Snake Fang Rings. Do the rings give you... Man, I can't talk. Hold on a second. I'm so phlegmy today. Do the rings give you poison damage? Because that's kind of awesome. What color are we doing here? More purple. All right. Should I change my name to Rat Paladin Inc. for Paladin Incorporated? I mean, it's up to you. Yeah, would you like... Is it just the sharp bits? Because I guess that could just be like a knuckle cover. I could see that. I could see that working. All right, let's end this real quick. We'll not have purple be an option next time. Otter Barbarian. Would he be buff? I don't know if he'd be buff. I always do the monk because they're so String beanie?
Yeah.
I don't know what a buff otterfolk would look like. It's just real chunk.
Guess. 12-pack abs.
Just non-stop. Were you the person that I was arguing about whether or not mammals have abs? All mammals have abs.
I do believe we had that conversation and spent probably too long researching it, yeah.
Okay.
And the thing we discovered was that most quadrupedal animals do not have abs.
Right, because they don't stand up. They have the muscles, but they don't make abs.
Right, because their oblique muscles, the ones that like wrap around the side, tend to cover the abs completely, so that they've got like double reinforcement of the musculature to support their bellies and keep them off the ground.
Mr. Axolotl, imagine a rat barbarian. Rat barbarian is fun. I think I've drawn that before. You got a Discord server asking me or rat? Because yes, I do. There's a link down below. You're welcome to hang out and share your D&D ideas and artwork.
It's also where we're going to post these when we're done.
Yeah, we'll post all these at the end of the day. I was asked to start cataloging them. And I was like, yeah, I could probably start doing that. But then I realized, like, I don't remember what half of these are at the end of the day. There's just so many. I went to the Seattle Aquarium and saw some otters. That was fun. Not Seattle Aquarium. Oregon Aquarium. Oregon Coast? Turtle shells are just part of their spine. This is a jaw, though. That's the part I'm confused about.
And turtle shells aren't really just part of their spine. They are an ancillary growth of chitinous material that is on top of and fused to their spine. Sorry, I'm a fan of biology. I'm going to insist on being an actually. Let's be precise.
They also function sort of like the ribcage, right? I think so, yeah. Structurally and functionally. So I think their ribs are fused to the shell, correct?
Correct. Yes. At least the ones along the back shell. I don't know for sure if they're fused in front in the sternum to the bottom plate. I'm not a herpetologist, so I don't know for sure.
You're fun at parties.
No, I'm not. You take that back.
Actually, turtles are part of the reptilian family.
Music is throwing off my groove. I'm going back to the Final Fantasy stuff.
Sorry, Brennan. I'm looking for roseate spoonbill.
That's a chicken again.
Really? Oh yeah, real just chicken, huh? Really? That's it? That's it? Not like Rhode Island red or any of the other million types of domesticated.
Third eye. Oh my gosh, cat. What? Where are you? What are you doing? The universe is 13 billion years old, but the observable universe is 47 light years in width. How did it get that far? Chicken? I mean, expansion.
Yeah. The initial phase of the... Did the initial phase of the Big Bang happen faster than the speed of light? I can never remember.
Things move away from each other faster than the speed of light, which doesn't make sense, but it's a factor of expansion of space. Because if light is traveling this way at the speed of light and light is traveling this way at the speed of light, and then this distance is also growing at the speed of light, shit gets real weird. And so that's the problem with the Big Bang theory, and because there was an expansion theory for a while, and they're like, it's not quite right because it doesn't make sense like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we're missing some pieces to really be able to understand exactly how that works.
In other words, it's complicated. As much as I like science, I'm not great with physics. I'm decent with some concepts.
Isn't your brother an astrophysicist?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my brother. Not me. Because he can do the math doesn't mean I can.
It's all fun and games till we get photos of 300 million years after the Big Bang. I really like the bubble theory, which is nice. Like, because we use light as a reference, light in radiography, we can't see anything past the Big Bang, but that doesn't mean there's nothing beyond the Big Bang. We just can't see it because we're basically living inside of a giant explosion. So everything beyond that is getting pushed outward faster than we could see it. So there's a lot of interesting, weird stuff that we're gonna have to figure out before we can kind of comprehend that. And think about how the light has to go somewhere, so the universe is expanding faster than it's traveling. Rook, did you remove purple because people only choose purple? I did, yeah. I mean, normally what I do is whichever color I pick, I don't add it to the list, and then I alternate them. But I didn't do that, and the last 3 ones we did were purple. So, so yes, I removed it from the list this time, and then I'll put it back on after the next one.
I've honestly been trying not to vote because you've been misspelling them so atrociously, even I took notice.
It's purposeful. What's the best color? Yeah, philosophical opossum I really like. Kind of not so much astrophysics, but just kind of physics in general and trying to understand the wider universe.
Yeah, like conceptually it's really fun and very cool. And I am a fan of it, and I try to know and understand stuff, but like I know for sure that I can't do the math, and I can't keep track with all of the discoveries and theories that are being made and published, so I'm just like, yeah, I'll share what I think, but I don't know about that one.
I love me some existential dread. keeps me grounded in reality. I do like the idea of a snake ring, like a snake fang ring. Elven hair. Thank you. Hello. Welcome in. Well, I mean, you've been here, but hello. Or have you been here today? My brain just stopped. Maybe I saw you yesterday. Weren't you here earlier? No? Yeah, you were here earlier. Okay. A little late on Madono, no problem. My shifter looks amazing. Can't wait to use her in my first campaign, so thanks again. Oh, is that your tiger? Is that the one you... That was the Aberrant Mind one? Gotta give the daily dose of existential dread. And Elvenhead, thank you again for the donation. I appreciate that. That does help keep the channel going. And yeah, I hope you have fun with that. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good campaign, I hope. I was watching something and I missed most of it, so I'm gonna have to go back and look it up again. But from my understanding of it, they were trying to detect gravity using underwater lakes or underwater frozen lakes.
Interesting.
Because they're so clear and pure that you can detect neutrinos as they pass through and generate light. Because there's literally nothing else there, so you see these little pings.
Right.
And it's like, that's awesome. People are bonkers for figuring this stuff out.
Yeah. I remember watching a thing a couple years ago about them trying to build a neutrino detector by like drilling a whole bunch of huge cores in polar ice.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I was watching was their the extension of that. Like they're actually getting it to work now.
Very cool. I remember how excited my brother was and how many discussions we had when the big long laser tubes first detected gravitational waves.
Yep.
That was a cool moment for science.
I have some really creepy existential shit about that, but I'm not going to say it on stream. I had like a full blown breakdown when they started doing that. I was like, no, don't do that. This is a bad idea. I think it's safe. I think it's safe and fine now.
Yeah, they're just detecting. I mean, the things that they're detecting were giant, supermassive black holes eating each other, but still, they're just measuring.
Lizard would like to know who this handsome creature is on the right, Druid. What are you drawing?
Oh, it's just the creepiest. No, the third creepiest myconid I've drawn so far. I do myconids to warm up, and that's what this is, and it's a little bit more than a warm up. That's all. Druid renders weird, creepy myconids. That's all you need to know.
What kind of skull should we put on this belt?
Ooh, let's see.
What kind of skull would a Otterfolk barbarian have?
Yeah, I feel like soft skull opossum, only the third.
Some types of shrews can paralyze via biting. That's terrifying. Our donut pops up disabled. I didn't see that my membership notice. I mean, I see it.
I see it.
Do I have to ping it? Oh yeah, I see it. I don't know. Does anyone else see that? It should have popped up. Unless I broke something on YouTube. Which is...
I see it.
Okay. Are you a mod, though? I don't think you're a mod.
No, I'm not.
Okay. A cod skull? We can do a cod skull. Blah.
I was thinking maybe fish skull, but like fish skulls aren't flat. They don't.
Yeah, they kind of pop out.
Yeah.
Man, I went to the beach and I always... Nope, that's existential rook. We're not going to talk about that. I saw a lot of fish bones this last week. That's where I was going with that. So many fish bones. Is it me, or is doing things in more cartoony style easier on the wrist than realistic stuff? Yes.
Yes.
Cartoony stuff is a lot more flowy, and you can kind of just noodle it. When you're doing detail work, it's a lot more fine, and you have to use your wrist. Whereas a lot of cartoony stuff, you can use a lot of your elbow and your shoulder. So that was a big thing with Disney. Like they had to have a very simple style because otherwise it would just destroy their artists.
Yep.
Gonna be honest, I don't know what fish skulls look like now. I thought I did, and then I think I drew a badger. He might just have an otter skull on his. Otter skulls are bonkers. Like,
Well, yeah, otter
they look
skulls are
like
weird.
they look. This is gonna sound really weird. They look like you took a dog skull and compressed it into a tighter space. They're very scary. A lot of badger stuff is like that.
All of the mustelids have pretty crazy skulls because they've got they're built to really chomp on things.
Rat Pal, if you talk about the one you posted the other day, yeah, I did see that. It's pretty good. What I think you're using like is that a mobile app you were using for it? I'm not sure I've seen that before. Got more info on skull mounts. Shoulders are apparently 600 on average, while skulls are 100. Wow, it's impressive. Those things are wildly expensive. It is a mobile thing. Cool.
Why did I do 4 hands? Now I need to figure out what all 4 of these hands are doing.
Notes. I really want a chocobo music. It's not what I'm getting. I think we're going back to Minecraft. It's gonna play that one song that I keep downloading again. Whatever.
The musculads.
Get some shading in on these muscles under the arm. Tried to give him. Well, I guess I didn't really do a good job of that. Tried to give him really beefy arms, but then I hid them with the forearms. This looks like a giant angry beaver. But maybe that's okay. Apparently, if you take an otter and make it more squat, it turns into a beaver. Which that's not how that works at all, but whatever. Different stages of palm extensions. I need to do some weights today. Today's gonna be a weight day.
You're gonna pick up some weights?
Yeah.
Nice.
I accidentally tricked myself into drinking caffeine again because I started drinking Arnold Palmer's, and I was like, wait, this has caffeine in it. Shoot. I think that's probably the reason I felt so tired the last few days. It's like, oh no. I've re-addicted myself to caffeine. So So today is going to be a no caffeine day, and I'm probably going to like crash out pretty hard. But we'll do some exercise and see if that somehow fixes it a little bit.
I'm a little bit worried about my workout later because I kind of nauseous and couldn't finish my breakfast this morning.
That's no good.
So and then I was just starving at lunch just before we started this, and so I don't know.
Push yourself. Do something light. Otis, son of beavers, destroyer of clams. Would beavers eat clams? I don't think beavers.
Beavers? No.
Yeah, they only
no.
eat tree fluff, right? Tree fluff and grass. Caffeine is not an addiction, and it's a lifestyle that hurts and is very difficult to change. I don't know if I agree with that.
And denial is a river in Africa.
Yeah. Caffeine has a... It's not a... it's a dependency addiction. So, like, if you stop drinking it, your body reacts weird to it. But it's not a chemical addiction. Like, you won't get cravings for it. So, if that's what you mean, I agree with that. But your body can become used to it, and then a lack of it can cause negative symptoms.
I think it was mostly a joke. We probably don't have to take it too seriously.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I did a lot of studies into caffeines when I was younger, and then I just did it, and I started drinking it anyways. So whatever. I used to not drink caffeine at all when I was a kid. I'm addicted to soda, and you like cravings due to the sugar. That can be different. Yeah, sugar is something that is very addictive. But biologically, so bodies want sugar. I am gonna roll for the next one. I think I'm done with this barbarian bad boy. 7. I'm rolling real low today. Real low. I might have rolled the wrong dice. We'll find out. I need a D8, not a D6. What happened to the list? You need to be over here. There we go. Yeah, I needed a D8. That's fine. We'll just roll with it. 7. A female human alchemist with tan skin, dreadlocks, teeth and claws, and insect wings. I mean, I assume most people have teeth, but claws and insect wings, that's a little different. Okay, so we're doing like a mutagen alchemist. That's cool. Dig it. Doing
yeah,
red.
I haven't seen one of those in a while. I never did play a first edition Pathfinder mutagen alchemist. They look really fun.
They are fun. I like them a lot. Okay, what color did we pick? Red. Oh, I shouldn't have added red to the last one. Oh well. That's my bad. Okay, let me look at this. I'm addicted to soda, and yes, I get cravings for sugar. I've crippling addiction to whiskey-flavored coffee. I'm sorry to hear that. I'd rather drink natural pesticides than a funny little can of boom juice. I mean, I wouldn't. They'd both kill me, but I'd prefer the boom juice. Whiskey flavored bean juice. Got it. Okay.
I think it's really funny to me that we say coffee beans. Like we only call them coffee beans because they look like beans. They're basically cherry pits. Coffee
Why does that
very
bother
closely
you?
related.
Why does that bother you?
It bothers me because they're not beans. They're seeds. They're the seeds of droops. I think
got more things to worry about, I feel like.
I know, especially since I also can't drink coffee and don't partake in caffeine at all. Still bothers me, okay? I can't help it.
Sure. Just saying, most beans aren't beans.
I know. Navy beans are peas, not beans. Cocoa beans are also not beans.
You're getting hung up on the nomenclature and not the colloquialisms. Nothing is nothing. Nothing is anything, and everything is made up. So.
Everything is whose line is it anyway?
Yeah. Camille, hello, welcome in. Is it Camille or Camille?
I would assume Camille.
Oh wait, this is dreadlocks.
Mr. Rattleox, let's see. For ruining your coffee? Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Axolotl.
None.
Anything to ruin coffee. No, I'm
French is hard
that.
for non-native speakers. That's kind of what I figured, because like the spelling's a little different. So let me know how to pronounce your name if you want. Otherwise, I'll just call you whatever you prefer.
Camille. Let's see, French.
Cam works. I'll go with Cam.
Yeah. I'm afraid I never learned much about French pronunciation, unfortunately. I only have the like really bad American stereotype for what a French accent is supposed to sound like.
J'accuse. That's all I got. Which is sad because I did take a year of French. I just didn't pay attention.
German, though, my German pronunciation is great. Or was. Who knows if it still is.
French when you misgender a table. Romance languages, yo.
Yeah, that's not just French. That's all Romance languages. That's French and Spanish and Italian, probably.
Actually, I'm not sure about Italian.
If its base is Latin, then
It's all in your eyes.
yeah.
In Louisiana, we have broken French. A little bit of Creole.
Well, yeah, because Cajun French basically had to adapt to, is it 2 or 3 places before it finally settled in Louisiana? Maybe it's just French Canada that it passed through. I don't know. I gotta stop talking. I like biology, not history.
Ah, yes, Cajun. It makes you feel like you're having a stroke when you hear it for the first time. I can
Yeah.
understand that. There's definitely some southern dialects in English that it's just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What? What did my brain just hear?
Was that words or just mouth sounds? Just bad, upsetting mouth sounds.
I have two uncles from northern Idaho that I can't understand. It's really hard for me to understand.
Most of my extended family is from California. So,
that explains a lot.
Thanks.
Math or history? Solar Cat, what's your question? I missed the. I'm a better math than history, if that's what you're asking.
I think I'm better math than history as well, but I'm real bad at math, so really doesn't tell you anything.
Akathon? I don't know if that's an appropriate name. I honestly don't, but I'm gonna say it. Gendering objects we French masters to that. Yeah, apparently. What dope. It's hell here. I'm confused. I'm confused with what's happening in chat. We're talking over that. We're taking over the chat. That's fine. I don't care.
Just the internet being the internet.
Let's keep it civil. That's all I ask. Keep it civil. Or we'll start banning people. Just over here trying to draw a bug alchemist, and everyone's starting to create the French Revolution again. Fangs, claws, and bug wings.
Let them eat cake.
There's gonna be like 15 FBI agents, like people talking about revolution in this weird live streamers chat. What are we doing here? France, anytime anyone else gets elected, it's revolution o'clock. Thank you. I appreciate saying with the sketches. I think I'm gonna do bug wings. Like a. Actually, move this over a little bit. I'm happy with that eye. Do dragonfly wings? I think is what I want to do.
Dragonfly wings are very cool.
I feel like if you're gonna be flying around though, you're probably gonna need some good tight clothes, like leather, maybe. Alchemists can wear leather, I think.
Yeah.
Strapping down here. Cosmic, hello, welcome in. What'd you miss? Yeah, you missed a whole bunch of guillotine questions. Shift topic. Yeah.
So nothing worth mentioning, really.
Not political. Do not make me get existential rook in here.
Existential work isn't that bad. It's just a little dour.
this working the way I want. Did somebody win the lottery while I was on vacation? Did somebody win like almost $1 billion?
I don't know. I don't pay any attention to the lottery.
That's bonkers. What do you do with $1 billion besides try to buy Twitter like an idiot?
And then ruin Twitter like an idiot, and then say that it's the branding's fault and rebrand Twitter like an idiot.
Into the name of your competitors, something that your competitor already owns. Not political. I think I'm gonna go Dragonfly. I'm gonna give her some dragon stuff. Pixel is losing his mind. Good cat? Oh, it's you. What's up? Okay. 1 million dragonflies. Vulture bees? What are vulture bees? Meat honey? Oh no. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Wouldn't that just be a wasp?
There are a set of bees that eat meat. And they still make honey, and that's a little disturbing.
Oh. I was not aware of that, but I'm also not surprised. I think honey jar ants are way weirder.
What is a honey jar ant?
They are ant colonies that where some workers are specifically like left to cling to the roof of the colony's cave.
Okay.
And they're force-fed nectar until their abdomens swell up, and they basically become living honeypot storage vessels.
Interesting. It's terrifying. That's some Zerg shit right there. Like,
Yeah.
on the plus side, though, I guess if you're that guy, you get fed lots of sweet nectar.
Yeah. And you also get all of that nectar sucked out of you forcefully.
Well, maybe they like it. Who knows?
Anyway, here's an image in the Discord.
And I can't stop thinking about glazed meat from Breath of the Wild. That is awesome. That's actually really cool. Little Templar, I found out how to change my name. It took like 10 years. I hope you didn't have to change it because of us. Because of my inability to speak French. But I also wouldn't blame you if that was the case. Just keep forgetting that I have my real name on there. Yeah, I now these days I have like 5 different YouTube channel things. So it's a thing. I have no idea what you're drawing, but it looks incredible. Toxic T. I'm drawing an alchemist, mutagen alchemist, that apparently turns herself into a bug. Maybe I need to give her some more eyeballs up here. See if I remember how to draw dragonfly wings. Oh, pow, 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 pow. I still don't fully understand how those emote things work. Is it a mobile function? Spam the buttons. All the buttons. If it only has 4 fingers, she'll never win Mortal Kombat. I mean, that one guy has 4 arms. There you go. Now she's got 4 fingers. See how we did that? Magical. I do want to change this pinky, I think. It's a little too weird. My first time around here, so I'm sorry if I sound rude, but who your drawing partner? Love how you're doing shading. So I'm Rookzer0. I'm over here. I'm drawing the alchemist. This is the bluest druid.
Yep.
Druid is one of my mods and one of my co-artists. And you can say what you're drawing on.
Yeah, I'm drawing a myconid, and I'm taking it very slow. I appreciate the compliment, though. I always start out with a myconid, and lately they've been getting creepier and creepier.
If you're asking what program we're using, Axolotl, we're using Magma Studio.
Yeah.
Which is a
Formerly Aggie.io.
is a browser-based web application, browser-based art application. Web-based might work. I'm not sure, but it essentially just lets people draw on the same canvas.
Yeah. Is there still a free version, or is it all
I
paid?
mean, yeah, this is the free version.
Okay.
The paid version lets you save your drawings indefinitely, or like for more space to save them. Which I just delete them at the end of the day, so I don't need that. It also gives you access to like their AI generated stuff and a whole bunch of brushes, which I don't use. So.
Yeah, soft round brush is all I need. So
I was subscribed to them for a while, but like it just kept causing problems and people were having issues with it. And
yeah.
I didn't need the brushes, so I canceled it.
But yeah, thank you for the compliment. I generally spend quite a bit more time than Rook does, because Rook does a lot more like line art comic book style, and I kind of need more time because I do a lot more painterly sort of stuff. Which means that I usually end up with more detail as well, and have more shading, I guess.
I'm just trying to get everybody's suggestion done.
Which is good.
I'm here for equality.
I always feel guilty about not contributing to that more, but also I'm having fun.
Okay, right, pal.
Doing
I'll
my
have to
thing.
check that out. I'll have to check that out a little later. I guess I can click over right here.
I do think I'm mostly done with this now, finally.
Looks good. Oh, it's ooh. Missed a couple of these. And now I'm distracted. That's why I need to not do that. Okay. Back to the voice channel chat. The weak spot in the boss, yeah. What time is it? It is 1 o'clock here. Oh, Pixel, you're fine.
Having a conniption, is he?
Problem is when we went on vacation, our friends would come feed them once a day. And so now they're just like, why isn't there more food in the bowl? They lost their feeding schedule. Second question while I'm at it. Do I just post a description in chat, or is there another place? I do have to wait for you to ask for new prompts. Nope, yeah, you can just post it in chat. Just the one sentence description, and then I will put it on the list. And then pray to the dice gods. Hey, stop it. If you don't feed us, I'm gonna bite him.
Okay, I'm finally done. What am I rolling?
D20 and a D8. This is yeah. So we essentially, the way I do post the community post every week on Monday, Sunday or Monday, and then I take those for the whole week because we draw on Wednesdays and Fridays. But we get so many that I basically have to do it as a lottery system to see which ones we get, because otherwise it would just go forever and ever and ever, and people would just keep adding to the same list, and it's too much. So at the end of the week, we erase them all, and then we ask for them again on Sunday or Monday.
7. I also rolled quite low.
Hey. Artificer Warforged. That has modified itself to be an amorphous than fully human, more amorphous than fully humanoid.
Okay. Warforged Artificer. Not humanoid. I can do that.
Rat Pal, that is a secret, and I don't tell people that. There's a hidden list for a reason. Leads to animosity. Did you guys hear this cat yelling in the other room? He's just
Not through the Discord.
He's just sitting in the living room, just meow. Please. I promise you, he's fine. Maybe I'll see if he wants to go outside. I can feel the learn from my past mistake vibes in the system. Oh yes. Oh yes. I used to let people, like, just when we used to only have like 6 or 7, so I just have people shout out numbers. That was chaotic. But it tricked people into using the chat, which was fun.
Yeah.
We also used to let just anybody jump in and draw with us. That was alright, but also super chaotic. And before that, we just let people hang out in Discord, and that was also a mistake. So we've been through quite a lot of growing.
It worked a little bit for a while.
It worked until we had like 7 or 8 people that decided to start arguing about stuff.
That's about stuff that had no relevance of what was happening in chat or in the channel. But if it hadn't been for that time, I don't think you and I would have become friends.
And we got a proper example of a proper submission, so I can be sure not to overdo it. Essentially, just it should be the race and class of the character, and then a brief 1-sentence description of them. So generally, we don't draw pets, and like if you give me too much detail about like weapons and stuff they have, it's not going to get drawn because of the time constraints. So as generic and as simple as possible, I generally just say less than a sentence. So, if there's something really important, like this person wanted dreadlocks, it's like, cool, dreadlocks, I can do that. That's something we can add in. Dreadlocks, wings, claws. So just try to keep it simple. That's the best I can say. And if you overdo it, I'll have to ignore stuff. So overdoing is probably better than not overdoing, but yeah.
As much as this is a get your custom thing drawn for free, it's also like a we're gonna do what we want with the prompt, and that's that. So
fortunately, that's kind of just how it has to be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her the 4th finger. It just doesn't seem right. I've tricked you all into watching an advertisement for myself. Look at my sweet drawings. Join the Patreon page. Get free stickers. Well, they're not free. That's not how that works. Templar in art requests. Scroll up to see it. Oh, okay. Attempted to draw a bearded dragon lizard folk barbarian in honor of my family's bearded dragon who passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. I think that's a lovely thing to do. Always hard to lose a pet.
Indeed.
Skip Cat got diagnosed with cancer, and they're like, yeah, he's only got like 2 months. And that was 6 months ago, so we're going strong. He's plugging away.
Is his lip kind of swollen?
A little bit.
Or is it staying
You can
pretty
see he's got like a growth in his jaw, but it's not affecting his teeth or anything, and he still eats. So
That's good.
we're just watching him. To send my request description, though, does it mean I have to join the Discord? No, you can just post it right here. You can post it in the chat. Oh wow, excellent. That's fast. That's fast and scary. I'm sorry to hear that. Skip Cat is my cat. I've had him for 16 years, 15 years. He's old. He's an old man. He's an old cranky man. He's on arthritis medication, which we have to give him again on Friday. He's a character, and I love him. And I'm sorry, and I'll be sad when he passes. But it is what it is. This is life. Pixel, on the other hand, is very young and quite annoying, so I yell at him a lot. That's an old cat, yeah. He's an old cat. All right, I think I'm done with this one. I'm gonna get refill my water glass real quick. Turn on my AC because it's getting hot in here. Actually, don't know how hot it's supposed to get today, but I assume it's gonna be warm. So, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
It's above 30 degrees where I'm at, Celsius. It's about 90 Fahrenheit. Let's see.
Okay. I threw him outside. Hopefully he will be happy now. Can I post AI generated rat pal in the Discord? As long as you, well, yes, you are allowed to do that, but you should disclaim that it is AI generated and where it came from, and also just be careful about how much art you're putting in there. 'Cause people will probably get mad at you. Just a heads up.
Let's see.
AI generated stuff definitely has its place.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really cool tool. It just needs to be a little more regulated so that people aren't getting exploited.
It's got to make sure it's not being used to disenfranchise people, which it currently is being used to do.
Mm-hmm. Doritos? No, I got a Nature Valley granola bar. So I'm an old man.
What do I like about this Warforged sketch and what do I not?
David Hawthorne, I do draw, but I've never did digital art. Any suggestions or tips? No, not did. That's okay. I knew what you meant. I mean, it's the same as traditional art, basically. Whatever you're trying to accomplish with it, there are traditional mediums that are analogs. So, like digital painting, digital sketching, 3D modeling, they all use the same techniques and skills that traditional art does. And so if you want to get better at one of those things, you can kind of do it the same way. Use lots of reference. Have good practicing habits. Practice a lot. And then from there, what digital art can give you is a lot of shortcuts and functionality that's just not available through traditional mediums, like multiple layers.
The ability to grab bits and pieces and move it around. And layers.
Layers editing.
I'm relatively new to digital, and the hardest thing for me was just learning the software. I've always been like I'm traditionally a sculptor. That's where I shine. So it's been a little bit difficult for me because I'm trying to learn basically oil painting in digital, and that's been rough for me because my brain doesn't really work that way. But I'm trying. But yeah, I think everything Rook said is correct. It's by and large designed to work just like traditional media, except you get some extra bells and whistles. Yeah. You just got to learn what those bells and whistles are and how to access them.
AI is a good reference point for inspiration, but can be overdone. Yeah, I think for like the minimum use of AI, it's not much different than just Googling images, right? So if you're like, I need this, the computer can compile something that is close to that you could probably find on Google. But the thing is, if you're trying to use that and sell it, it's not yours. You didn't actually make it. You conjured it, sure, but the way the computer learns and builds those is by using art. So unless that art was ethically sourced, you're still stealing somebody's art.
Yeah.
So Steam will let games be sold because they're using AI art placeholders, and that's why. Because the legality of whether or not a computer made that or you made that is still up in the air. And if the computer made it, it can't be copywritten. Therefore, you either have to source it out and say where those references came from, or you can't sell it. It has to be in the Creative Commons. So there's a lot of legality in there that just people don't quite understand the whole reference to yet. And it's Steam is protecting itself by not allowing that to happen.
Yeah.
Regulated and disclaimed, and yes, real artists deserve real pay. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a big industry that will be coming up soon for people that want to ethically source AI to build libraries, and artists should get paid for that.
Yes.
And I think like Photoshop is doing that now. Like all of their you opt in or out of them using your artwork for it in their Adobe stock, and a lot of those artists do get paid because they work for Adobe. Some of them probably don't. I have some art on Adobe stock that I just said, hey, don't use this because I'm not getting paid for it. But yeah, like all of that matters.
But also that like none of this is a new discussion. Like a lot of people are talking about it like it's a brand new thing. Concept artists have basically done what the AI is doing for years, and this has basically already been litigated, right? Like we already have definitions for it. It's like the only difference is that computers are doing it instead of professionally trained artists with digital manipulation software, image manipulation software, right? So it's like the difference isn't. It's not a new problem. It's just a problem that most of the people who are using the new software aren't familiar with.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a female Knoll Celestial Warlock. That's on the list now. Tortle Wild Magic Barbarian. Very old, gentle being. That grows on his moss-covered shell. I like that. Carries large staff. Cool. I'll put that on the list. Software is definitely the hardest part, and yeah, you're right about the AI. Yeah. Like that's the big thing. Like the fact that the AI thing that is being used, the software to build it, is novel, and that's a thing, right? But you can't invent a pencil, give it to 15 artists, and say that you own their art, right? That's not so. That's the tricky part of it. I have a friend right now that he's doing his master's degree based around AI generated art and imagery. And so I gave him a bunch of my artwork to use as a base, and that was part of it. He's like, hey, I want to use your artwork and I want to put it in my paper. I'm like, cool. So that's totally fine. And that's how it needs to work. Like, you just need to go through that. And with what came about 10 years ago was photo bashing, where concept artists stopped drawing and just started taking pictures and cutting them out and pasting them together in digital. And a lot of people were like, this isn't art, this is fake, this is bullshit. And now it's industry standard. Like, there's a lot of people that do it that way. And they made it functional. By those people got really good at either being photographers themselves, taking the reference images, or sourcing the reference images. And that created a whole new industry of photography that people bought specifically for that. Like, here's a pack of industrial equipment that can be used for photo bashing. So
like that's basically where stock images comes from.
Yeah. Can't really get what you're looking for with AI art because it has no distinctive style. And that I've had a lot of people complain about that, like, oh, it just all looks the same. It's like, yeah, that's because that's how the computer, like, it's based around the art that you're given. So a lot of the AI generated stuff, it looks very samey and very bland just because it has a very small reference, and the reference they use is essentially they stole it all from ArtStation, so it all looks like generic ArtStation art, which is really funny to me. Yeah. It takes the soul out of the art. Exactly, yeah. And that's why I don't think I'm not really too worried about it taking over my job, because it really is just another tool that needs to kind of grow and be understood by people. Because if I can have a button that makes chainmail look like chainmail, oh man, I'm gonna use that button. I fucking hate drawing chainmail.
I mean, there are ways to make brushes in Photoshop for that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's another tool. So I'm not going to say, like, hey, don't put your AI art in here and share stuff. Just be aware that what you're doing with it, and that's totally fine.
As has always been the case, the problem is not the new tool. The problem is the ethics of the people who are exploiting the new tool think they can get away with it.
Yep.
It's plagiarism. It's
plagiarism.
Always been plagiarism. That's all.
And unfortunately, for the people that just jump in and like, hey, this is really fun, I can make stuff and I'm not very artistic and I feel like I'm accomplishing something. The fact that you can feel that way is great. Don't put it on a t-shirt and try to sell it. That's the line.
That's the
line. There's a really, really fun old is it Cyanide and Happiness? I don't think it is. I don't remember what it is. It's an old webcomic of someone just being like, I made this, and then the next person's like, you made this? I made this. I made this. It's just like just handing off an idea. It's like that's right. That's how it go.
Ale as old as time.
Mm-hmm. All right, I need to roll dice. We still have 28. We keep replacing them as we go. 9. A female horsefolk, elk totem barbarian, drunk monk multiclass who is addicted to caffeine and cardio. That is a culmination of things that sounds like death. Female horsefolk that is an elk totem, but not an elk. And is there drunk monk style caffeine? I don't want to draw this.
I don't know. I'm glad I didn't roll that. That sounds complicated.
Yeah.
I was
There's a lot
feeling
there.
a little bit bad about this Warforged because you're a little bit better at them than I am, I think. But then you rolled that, and I was like, oh, you know what? I lucked out. I'm happy with what I got.
You just described the fourth horseman, yeah. So much speed and danger. If it didn't lead to you getting better at art, aka you didn't do the art, then it ain't yours. What software would you recommend for digital art? So we're using Aggie, or Magma Studio, which it functionally works. It's free online. It's just a Chrome-based application. I really like that. I use Photoshop, but that's because I've had like 15 years of Photoshop experience. A lot of people really like Clip Studio Paint.
Yep,
if you want to get into something that's more traditional art analog or adjacent, Rebel 5 is really good at giving you like material blending into paper, so like you can have a really, really nice watercolor. But there are some brushes that work really well for that in like Clip Studio and stuff. So those are the three I would suggest. The three that I have experience with.
Yeah, I mostly use a application called Krita, Krita. It is free and open source, but it is a little bit CPU heavy.
It's also Photoshop knockoff, which is not a bad thing. It's just it's that's what it is. It's like it's open source Photoshop.
They have unabashedly, unashamedly been reverse engineering Photoshop, basically. So one of the nice things about Krita is that like if you have a bunch of Photoshop brushes but maybe could no longer pay for Photoshop, Krita will still run your Photoshop brushes. Well, most of them. The more complicated they get, the less likely it is that it can run them. But it can do most of them. Yeah.
It took brewer tools for coffee only. Pretty funny. If I can get a button to shade things, that would be awesome. I mean, yeah, like that. Those are all functional uses, especially if you can train an AI on your own artwork. Like that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's going to kind of start being the industry shortcut, is for especially for like Pixar artists, being able to like update their animatics from just the hand-drawn sketches to like, okay, a midway point. It's like let the computer kind of vomit that out. I think that's where AI is going.
Yeah.
But that's going to be
I also want to say that I don't think that it's like fair to say that the computer does all the work for you. I do think that AI art is actually a skill. You do actually have to know how to
it's a tool.
How to train the computer, you have to know like what inputs to do. You can do a lot of interesting stuff with it if you know the software and know how to manipulate it, right? So it really is going to be like every other tool. And the people who learn how to use it really well, like that's going to be a skill that is something we should not shit all over.
Yeah, because right now, like Photoshop's beta version has AI integration, and I've been playing around with that a little bit. And it's pretty neat. So I think that's gonna be a big boon for people that do learn how to use it. And I remember back in the day, like 3ds Max, when I was learning 3ds Max, they're like, there's only like 3 people in the country that are good at Max scripting. So if you can get good at that, like you can build anything with it. And it seemed like wizardry, because you're like, generate this building, blah 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 blah, and you could just vomit out all the things. And that's where a lot of things like the mass simulators and the building generators and like CATIA, is that what it was? There was a script program you could buy, a plugin you could buy that would generate like randomly generated islands, and that was used for a lot of movies. That
Cool.
yeah, but like it's wizardry unless you know how to work it. So
Yeah.
I think the big struggle right now is that AI has just been given to so many people all of a sudden.
Yeah, and most of them don't have the ethics training within the field to know how to deal with it ethically.
All fun and games till Photoshop sells your art to AI. Yeah, they had a checkbox so that I had to. It was an opt out, which made me a little upset, but at the same time, it was like, you know what, that's fair. I get what you're doing. In the grand scheme of things, Photoshop, Adobe specifically, has more egregious things that I'm mad at them for. So. How do I make this person look like they've just had way too much caffeine?
Super dilated pupils. Oh, you guys, that read as Harley Quinn.
It feels so soulless. I guess if she's a cardio, she shouldn't be super ripped. Jittery, you just make him shaky.
Okay, something.
I found that AI apps work best by using 2 or 3 descriptive words for each separate part and separating parts with comments. Yeah, I think that's basically the chunk you're supposed to use. There's a big thing that something I was pretty good at that I'm less good at now. But just knowing how to Google things is a trait that a lot of people don't pick up, and a lot of people don't learn. They don't learn that. My high school tried to teach me some of that, and at the time, that was forever ago. We weren't even using Google, but like understanding that language is super important. And yeah, there's a ton of people that just like can't function. Like none of this stuff works, myself included nowadays. And it's just like, did you check Google? And they're like, I typed it in and nothing came up. It's like, well, then you typed something wrong. A lot of IT nowadays is that as well. Like you need a fundamental understanding of what program and interface you're working with, but then the rest is just knowing what and how to Google. I feel like AI is going to be that way in the future. Google search engine is broken now. Uh-oh.
Am I going to...
What is considered a point if you can reasonably hang a ring
with this?
What? Ooh, we have a whole bunch of people posting stuff in the Discord and Draw. I need to change that. That's not how that should work. So we're using the voice channel cat, which I now understand is maybe not the best way to word that. Maybe I'll figure that out. We're gonna draw myself a new avatar.
I mean, the voice channel cat rename is a 3-year-old April Fool's joke at this point. So
yeah. We have B here. Oh, that's the B thing. Okay, gotcha. That's fine. We'll figure that out later. It's not too important. If you guys want to post stuff in the voice channel cat, the Discord and Draw is supposed to be just for the images of what we draw in here, so people can find them.
Yeah.
which I might just lock that channel so that people can't type in it, and then we can change the voice channel cat to be the Discord and draw chat. I think that would make way more sense. Learning,
I
but
really
man,
feel
I'm
like
so
I'm
toned up.
channeling Doug Chang with this.
It's looking pretty good.
Thanks.
So no, it's fine.
It's interesting.
How's it going, Tupper? Hello, hello. What do you mean by free character art? So we're doing the viewer's suggestion today. So if you have a one sentence character description, we'll put it on the list, and then we roll the dice, and if it gets drawn, then we draw it. So right now we're drawing a elk barbarian, centaur, and a robot.
Yeah,
That's what the robot is.
It's a warforged artificer that does not want to be human.
Pathfinder 2e female goblin kineticist. I like it. Put it on the list.
Hell yeah. I love it when we get second edition Pathfinder stuff.
Also love the centaur barbarian. Thank you. I hope it's going to be pretty awesome. I just got to figure out how to do the rest of it. I don't remember what the does she have a weapon?
I have no idea. Did you already delete your
Yeah.
prompt?
I removed it from the list and I've forgotten it. Oh, she's an alchemist. No. She's got a brewer kit. That's what I was thinking. She's a drunken monk. That's what it was. Drunken monk. Elk totem barbarian. Except she drinks coffee. And does cardio. An art reference. Art reference. Oh no, I gotta go over here. Hold on. Wait. Antlers are always more and less complicated than I think they should be.
Yes, that is an accurate description of my experience as well.
Mm-hmm. Reminds me. I like the Warforged. Reminds me of the giant bronze construct from the Astro Boy movie. Nice. Is there a separate list I have to submit my character description to, or putting it in chat? No, the chat is
Putting
fine.
in chat's fine.
Yep, I copied it over to the list, so you're good. And then I think I was waiting for somebody. Did I miss it? Little Templar, did you post a suggestion? I was waiting for one, and I think I either missed it or I don't know if it got posted yet. I did the turtle with the brush. Oh yeah, okay, gotcha.
Man, it has been a long time since I've drawn a Warforged. Or a Warforged that was this robot-y.
Yeah, I'm getting some Armored Core vibes. Which I was super excited for because it looks amazing, but I'm not sure it's gonna have multiplayer. Well, shit. As in true Dark Souls fashion, they're like, what if PvP? And it's like, stop it. Stop whatever it is you think you're doing. I just want co-op. No. PvP is best. It's like, shut your mouth.
What if we took what our player base was expecting and then didn't do that and gave them a worse version instead? Maybe that's not fair. I don't enjoy PvP. I know a lot of people do.
I gotta go. Have a nice day. No problem. Catch you later.
Thanks for hanging out.
The Warforged looks like a Titanfall. See that. Mirrored on vibes. I thought the Mirrodons were PvP is a gimmick, yeah.
It can be. I don't think it's fair to say all PvP is a gimmick.
How can we add some toxicity to our game?
Gotta make sure we accommodate the incels.
D&D, Diablo definitely like did some weird stuff. They're like, you can't trade, you can't do any of this. It's like, well, why would you do that? It's like, well, you have to balance it for PvP. It's like, then make the PvP people have a different version. Like, let us just do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah.
And put restrictions on people that want a PvP. Like, nah, we're gonna build PvP as a core component to the game. It's like, all right, whatever. In all my time playing all the Diablo games, I've only ever met one person that really liked a PvP. That's too much. Does anyone else say bye and then wait for Rook to say something before they leave? When I'm on someone's stream and I say goodbye, I give them like a 5 count and then I just bounce. That's probably not true. I usually just like, I gotta go, and then I leave. So.
I think that's a little bit easier to do when you are also a streamer.
Maybe.
Suppose maybe that's a silly thing for me to say as a non-streamer.
I mean, you stream like 10 hours a week, so that's pretty... Just because you're not in charge of this, just not in charge of the YouTube channel doesn't mean you're not a streamer. I only play professional football on other people's teams.
Well, when you put it like that, you make me sound like an idiot. Fair point. See, I don't really think of it as streaming because I'm just hanging out with you, my friend.
That's fair.
And occasionally looking over at chat, who is, I guess, along for the ride.
Some good, Karina. Keep it up. Keep up the work. Depends on how big their stream is. Yeah, that's true. Like, if it's a smaller streamer, it's a lot easier. If they only have like 5 or 6 people in the chat, it's like, okay, I'll see you guys later. But if you're in like, you know, hundreds of people in the chat, don't even say goodbye. Just leave.
Yeah.
Like, you're just adding to the Discord at that point.
If I say goodbye, I really only wait for people that I know who I am. You, Skittle.
Yeah.
I almost called out people who haven't streamed in freaking forever. Jonas.
Jonas is a busy man.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm about done with this one.
I haven't heard from Ace in a while either. Hope they're doing well at school.
I will say the same thing I say to all my friends. Just because you don't say hello to someone doesn't mean they don't care. And if you are worried about not talking to someone, maybe you should talk to them.
That would require me talking to them.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing stopping you from reaching out. But
Just
also,
my social anxiety.
Yep. Which is fine. I have some friends. I'm not very. I don't like going out. I'm just gonna put it that way. I don't like going places. And I have some friends that both of us are like, "Hey, you want to come over?" It's like, "Yeah, maybe." And then like, I don't really want to come over. It's like, "That's fine." And then it's like, "You should come over here though." It's like, "Okay, great." And it's like, "I don't know if I want to come over today." It's like, we're friends, right? It's like, yeah. we just both understand that we don't want to leave the house. No, I'm totally fine with that. And they'll be like, I feel like such a shitty friend because I haven't come over in a while. It's like, hey, we're talking now, and that's enough. That's all that matters. You don't have to.
And yeah, I think that like especially after quarantine, and as we get older, that like becomes more and more true. Of course, we're still friends. Just
Yeah, I think that might be an age thing. You're right, because like when you're younger, it's a lot easier to like go see people all the time when you see them at school and see them at work and stuff. But then once you get older and you have families and stuff, it's like if I see you once a year, that's great. Like, that's a good amount. Because there's some people like I haven't seen them in 5-10 years. I still talk to them from time to time. But, like, yeah, I haven't seen them. Actually, yeah. There are a couple people that I was going to call this weekend and I forgot to now again, as I always do. But you know what? I'm just gonna change that. Let's just do that right now. Edit channel. We'll call this live stream chat. And this one will save changes. Maybe we'll change that slowly in the future. The viewer. I can't talk today. It's hard to see friends when you're older and life gets in the way, but it doesn't mean you're still not friends. Exactly. Yeah. That's totally fine. COVID made it real bad because one of my friends had a kid and we went and saw him a few months before they were born, and then we didn't see them again until their second kid was 2. And it was like,
oof.
Oops.
Rough couple years.
Yeah, like, well, that's been a while. I think I'm about done with this one. I'm not really sure what else to do with it.
Yeah. I know for sure that like I don't look at mechanical components enough to know that I'm going to be able to finish this to the same extent as I did my Mike and Ed, which I kind of want to do because I really am digging this, but I don't think it's feasible. So
yeah,
I'm
just
going
wait
to
till
try to
Armor
wrap
Core
this
comes
up as
out.
well.
Wait till Armor Core comes out and we can do it as fan art. I said viewer because I was typing the word viewer, but if you think I said Führer, that's still funny. All right, let's roll some dice. 17. Male Leonid fighter with a big sword. Easy enough. Purple.
Is that your hated, most hated magic card again?
Yeah. Yeah. I've actually done a lot of Leonid characters for commissions recently. While I still hate Ajani, I'm getting better at drawing them, so that's good.
That's good.
Does it make me a better person if I start randomly arguing in class just to watch everyone else argue? Yes. Yes. It does.
Yes.
There's the devil's advocate, and then there is the troll, which I'm not a fan of. The instigators. I have a few friends that are like that.
As long as you don't do it to me, I don't mind. But
yeah,
but it's a dick move.
It's a choice.
There's
you're
no getting
making.
around that. Yeah.
It is a choice you're making. I would argue that it's better to keep everybody. What's the word I'm looking for? Rules of the internet. You know, Will Wheaton. Rules of the internet. Don't be a dick. That's all you have to remember. But it's the instigator, the chaos thriver. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of lol random and chaos. I have a Tybalt deck. That's fun. Making it definitely works in progress. Wizards is not the best class in D&D. Is it Western Justice? Is that you trying to be an instigator, or I'm not sure what, because I don't. Is Wizard the best class in D&D? Because I don't think so.
I don't think there is a best class in
No,
D&D.
there's not. There is not. There's definitely yeah, Rat Pal. I think like if you're doing it, if you're like playing the devil's advocate for your friends, that's one thing. But like I know people that will just come into the chat and be like, so let's talk about that huge thing that just everyone is pissed off about. And it's like let's not talk about that. So I think there's definitely a place for it, right? Like there's a place and a forum for that kind of just like let's have a discourse and a discussion that just as feverishly. I used to have some friends that would do that too. They would like purposely go down to just start shit with people that are like pontificating in the middle of the quad. It's like you could just not antagonize them, and that would make my day better. But yeah, Paladin is the best class. Paladin's a lot of fun. I really like Paladin. I like the champion build they're doing for Pathfinder a lot more.
Yeah,
but it really is. It's like the champion is essentially like Paladin Warlock, kind of like where both of those were going at the same time. Paladin is very strong. It is, yeah. Rat Paladin is the best, hands down. I mean, what about Cat Paladin? Doesn't Cat Paladin automatically counter Rat Paladin? And then what is it? Let's see, the rat. Cat eats the rat. Dog eats the cat. Old lady eats the dog? No, the horse eats the dog. I never understood that song. I'm very confused by it.
There was an old lady who swallowed a spider. It wiggled and tickled and jiggled inside her.
Right? So she swallowed a
bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die.
Right. She eventually eats a horse, though, I think.
Yes.
And I never understood why the horse was supposed to be the thing that did anything. So. Champion is more of a martial than a paladin, though. Champion is much more defensive. I hope, too, he gets more divine big hitters at some point. I mean, yeah, they are very defensive, which I do like. So maybe that's part of it. But there's a lot of fun little like laser beam spells and stuff you can get.
Yeah.
Which I like. They did remove a lot of the casting thing with it and gave them a lot more functionality, which is why I think they're more warlock based, because they're more like cantrip martial class, which is really fun.
Yeah.
But
like they really did that to all of the partial casters,
yeah,
which
fair.
I'm a big fan of personally.
Yep, I am too. I have drawn a bear, not a cat. Rogue can be the most tanky class with the ability to half damage. Possibly, yeah. Dog eats the Karen. Goat eats the dog, cow eats the goat, I think. That does sound right.
And also makes 0 sense.
Dog do not, cat eat. I mean... I definitely think there are some dogs that my cats could eat.
And I've known of several cats who were definitely eaten by, coyotes for sure.
It's true. I thought you were going to say old ladies. I'm like, I've seen more old ladies eaten by cats than... They're going to eat your face? A bear cat, wouldn't that be a tiger? I think a bear cat is just a bear cat. Cat. I don't remember what bear cats are. I'm gonna have to try to build a damage dealer paladin now, or champion in Pathfinder, because I definitely just went really hard into the utility of it.
Yeah.
Every turn, just giving people like extra defenses and extra bonuses to saves and stuff is really fun.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's not going to be actually all that difficult to make a high damage paladin or a high damage champion.
Yeah.
Especially after seeing what you did with the ranger.
That was fun. Ranger is fun in 2e. I have a spell in for the paladin that essentially, like, if it hits, which is kind of not great, if it hits, I do like 2d6 radiant damage, 2d6 fire damage, and then if they're undead or demons, you do like an additional 4d6. And it's just like, yes, purge them. I've never gotten it to work.
We haven't played with it a lot because I usually focus more on Fae stuff, but in our 2nd edition Pathfinder game, I've been curious about and wanting to see how they've balanced that sort of thing, because there's you remember the succubus, how she takes damage if you can, like, she takes psychic damage if she gets turned down on her sexual propositions.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Yeah. I'm curious because it looks like there's a lot of ways, especially for good aligned characters, to just like really put the screws to undead and and demons, daemons, things from the nine hells. So I'm very curious how they balance all that out.
Well, I mean, that just sounds like a very specific flaw.
Well,
like,
I mean, that thing for the succubus, yes, but like I'm also talking about the spell that you just described, which deals tons of extra damage to
fiends
to
are
demons.
Undead.
Yeah, fiends are undead, and there are basically no end to holy spells that are like that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So how are they
So-
balancing out spells? Because I think
Yeah.
the downside to it is like it's not a good spell if I'm not using it on that. It's like it's hyper good in very specific situations, and if you use it outside of that situation, there's a lot better options.
Yeah.
Like it's
yeah.
just not a functional spell. So there's been a lot of times when Fine Eye's just like, I guess this would give me a range spell, but I can, for the same cost, do slightly more damage, only fire at range to normal things. So it's like it's the same mischance, like it's the same spell roll that I have to make. It's like, do I want to do 3d6 fire damage, or if it's not evil, if I don't know its alignment, possibly less or more. So I think that's how they balance it out. It's just different spells. So the spirit damage change makes a lot of more cleric spells actually usable. Ooh, I'll have to look that up. They were talking about this on Twitch yesterday. It wouldn't surprise me. They're removing alignment stuff, so now the spirit damage type and the sanctify unholy damage types. Yeah, I saw some of that. I was looking at it yesterday, maybe, and I'm really excited for some of it because the alignments have always been kind of wonky.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're doing something.
It's always felt to me like it's a dev tool that's been put in the hands of the players, right? Like it feels like it's a GM thing that they gave to the players to play with, and it did not work out as well as it did in Breath of the Wild with the dive through stone.
Which I still am upset that you can't fall through stone. Like, for Breath of the Wild, it doesn't make sense that you can't go the other way. John, I will put that on the list for you. Well, hello. The type stuff is dumb. Yeah, it's a little strange.
Maybe taking up too much space. I think I'm done with
fine.
this. I think that's about as much as I can do anyway.
They wanted a big sword, so I'm
still D20 and D8 or
Yep.
19.
Overweight Botia Lokatha Sorcerer. Botia. I assume it's a type of fish. I
Probably.
don't know.
Yes it is.
Is it a cool looking fish?
You might know it as a loach.
Okay. Rat gives the cat disease their swords to draw. I don't know if... How did cats not get the plague? That's my question. Are they immune? They might run hotter. If alignment is dumb or just arbitrary. Something to play fast and loose with. Yeah. Yeah, my argument for alignments is it's really only works if you didn't design your character. So you just need to know what a character is supposed to be. So like I like alignments on monster manuals and stuff. Because that tells the DM like how should I play this. But beyond that, like it should only matter to the DM. That's it. Because all of your choices as a player kind of define what your alignment is going to be.
What was the class on that? Botia?
Sorcerer.
Lokatha? Sorcerer.
And chunky.
I mean, all Lokatha are pretty chunky. Well, I guess not all of them. The coolest looking ones, yeah. Let's go.
I'm concerned that if alignment is removed, everyone will start playing chaotic, stupid psycho killers. If they have no consequences for being psycho killers, what prevents them from doing that? So that's true with all games. Because in my experience, most people that play chaotic, stupid think they're neutral good anyways, or neutral, and it's just like stop, stop what you're doing. And that's why I think it's really important. The alignment should really be removed from the players. Is really all I think it is. And then the DM still gets to, because I'm gonna have consequences regardless. Like regardless of what alignments are, you still can't play however you want without there being consequences, because that's what causes those issues. So,
it's not taking good and evil out of the game. It's
removing a stipulation that is basically
that
throttling
never really made
people.
sense.
Yeah, it's throttling people's creativity, because they see things like the big examples were the drow and the orcs, and they're like, well, why do they have to be evil? It's like, they don't have to be. Play it however you want. Like, well, the book says it's evil. It's like, okay, then don't listen to the book. Like, what's the problem here? So really, that's all it should be doing, is they're just like, okay, we're gonna stop being so strict to this, because if you have a drow and someone's like, well, I'm a paladin, so I get to do my smite attack and it does more damage because they're evil. It's like, well, is this character evil? And then you have to argue about it, right? So I think it's more important that they remove it from a morality complex and make it more of a mechanical thing. I'm headed off. Nice chatting with y'all. No problem, David. Catch you later. I only know of it from a YouTuber named Ronoko. Goes over movie monsters. Roanoke Games. See, alignment is a fun bit of discussion over, but nothing is actually gives any sort of fudge with. Yeah, so the way I usually do it is when people start up, like I have to find my alignment. It's like I just say don't worry about it, and then as they play their character, I assign an alignment to them for specific instances. Like, okay, this sword will only talk to a good person. So has anybody in the party been acting in a way that this sword would align with? And that's why I think what they are adding for Pathfinder 2nd Edition is anathemas and edicts, I think.
Yeah.
And so that is, what are the things that are important to you? What are the things you live by? And what are the things that you despise? What are the things that you can't live with? And so I think that's much more. I think that's much more closer to a morality system than lawful good, chaotic good, right?
Yeah.
Like
it specifically works out better for the people who want to be tied to a deity, because now instead of having a deity that is just like blanket lawful good, instead they say that this deity has specific anathema. They have like specific things that are forbidden, and they have edicts saying this is like this is specifically this deity's whole steez. This is the thing that they want. Yeah, this is the thing that they want their followers to do. So basically, they're allowing the deities to be more specific about how the deities define their morality within their own religious system, which is better. It's less ambiguous, and is probably going to curtail the lawful stupid murder hobo. Hopefully.
Unless an edict says thou must kill all rogues that steal shit, which I don't think they're gonna do.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's like, well, like we say they're doing away with the alignment system, but like what they're really doing is replacing the alignment system with a much better morality system. That's all.
Good can fall, evil can be redeemed. Law and chaos are harder to visualize. It's always considered a lawful neutral, and chaotic neutrally fantastic. And I think most people are lawful or chaotic neutral. Like, they just are. Because, like, any thief is still going to have some form of morality based around people they care about. Yeah. So you don't have to be evil. I mean, just being a thief doesn't necessarily mean you're evil, but you are breaking the laws and you're actively doing that. So that does make you at least chaotic in that situation. But at the same time, I've known a lot of people that follow all the laws and are still assholes. So I think every player should start chaotic good or evil, and their choices. They're like, I'm going to be really selfish, or I'm not going to be really selfish. And then it no longer matters after that point. It's like, make that decision for your character and then play the game as it goes. That's really all they should ever have to worry about. The rest should all be on the DM. I get having races in a setting that generally align a certain way, but yeah, you got to be careful with the implications. Yep, and that's why. And players having ideas and bonds and stuff just much better. I agree. I think it's a good system. The concept was ruined by players using alignment as a straitjacket. Exactly, yeah, and that's what I was saying a little bit about, like, it's just not being creative, not wanting to play your character. And so I look at it more as a guideline of where to start, and that makes so much more sense if you're picking up a character sheet that you didn't make, right? And old games used to be like that. Like, pick one of these 4 characters and run a campaign with it. And it's like, cool, okay, I'll be Lothar the Barbarian, and then that was the only instances you got of how they should be played. Lawful neutral is obsessed with personal code of conduct. Samurai's chaotic neutral is obsessed with personal freedom. And narcissist, I could see that. I think the other problem I have with a lot of this, I haven't been drawing for like 10 minutes. I'm so sorry. I think the other part of it is just even trying to define those things can be so finicky. And so you really have to sit down and kind of discuss it beforehand anyways. And at that point, you really can do whatever the hell you want. So don't get stuck. Don't get stuck on alignments. Just remembered my pirate Aarakocra named Aaron Kokra. It's pretty good. You man. My name is Normal Man. It's Norman.
He means Norman. I miss Gravity Falls. That was really the last straight up TV show that I really, really just loved. Kind of stopped watching TV after that.
Happens. Which color should I make my rat paladin's fur? That's up to you. Depends what kind of rat they are.
Oh, I don't like this pose. I'm gonna redo this.
Later. Owl House was good. Yeah, Owl House was really good. Enjoyed Owl House a lot. Sad that it got the boot, but they edited it pretty well. So I'm upset about it. Love me some cartoons.
It's kind of really hard to do a Bodia Locatha without making it look like a star-nosed mole.
Yeah, do it. Could have gotten far. Yeah, I think they could have gone a lot farther with it, but like, I'm glad that it ended, you know, instead of just like kind of running into obscurity. So I'm glad it got an ending per se, but I'm also glad it didn't go a little too far, because they could have done some filler stuff with it. But I think they did a good job. I'm just gonna say I'm glad I got it. Can't watch American cartoons anymore, so I watch anime. The train didn't just keep going and lost steam. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like they started meandering a little bit, and then they got basically zooped back in. I'm pretty sure they would have kept resurrecting Bellows 1,000 times if they had the opportunities to. It's like, no, end it. End it. There have been some good ones lately. I guess lately, I'm thinking in the last like 5 years.
Sorcerer.
That's a good seal.
Thanks.
Oftentimes I have talks with my players about how their alignments may have changed in recent events. I think it's important to know the alignment can change. Yeah, and that's why I agree. I generally don't talk to my players about it though. I just write down notes, and then if things come up like someone making a personal decision, like stealing from a party member, doesn't really affect the game. Versus like them stealing from an NPC. That NPC might talk to the guards, and that can have greater implications in the world at large. So I let them explore those by like, oh look, there's a wanted poster up for your face. But generally I won't just straight up talk to them about like, hey, if you do this, you're gonna be evil now. It's like that's not how it works. Got a little request to add to the list. Might have been posted here. Yep, that's fine. If you haven't posted one yet this week, you're very welcome to. We're gonna have a lot for Friday. I can feel that for sure. Joe Cat did a great short video on all him. I'll have to check that out. I like Joe Cat stuff. I keep wanting to talk about it, but I'm so non-confrontational. And I'm sure if I made a video about it, I'd just like scream and yell. But so I don't know if I want to do that. But maybe that is where my content should be going. Maybe I'll do like little shorts about it. In real life, you don't have someone telling you you'll be evil or someone downstairs. That's true. Very true. Okay, I think I'm done with this lion boy. Lion man. Not affiliated with you. Skeletal gunslinger with Ghost Rider, but cowboy. Isn't Ghost Rider always a cowboy? I guess there are cowboy variations of Ghost Rider. Oh, why didn't that work? Uh-oh. Oh, because it's painted white. Cool. Why? Why did that happen? What is going on? Whatever. Looks like a fluffy bear. A little bit.
I like him. I like the this asymmetrical tie you've got going on his shoulder.
Yeah. I wanted it to be like a ribbon on his pauldron. A cowboy hat made with fire. Do it. Okay. I'm gonna roll some more dice. I am gonna turn on my AC. One second. Okay. Ooh, we're drawing with red this time. That's exciting. I don't know how my glasses keep getting dirty. I'm just sitting here. But what depending on what it is. Let's swap the music out here. What are we doing? FIFA.
FIFA.
Sure, we'll do that. Okay. Eight. How am I rolling so low today?
I don't know.
Goblin Druid with a brown shirt. Red. And full. What am I missing in chat here? Okay. Catch a bunch here. Imagine how scary gnolls could be if they organized into a full society with a military. Isn't that how gnolls are? I mean, they're all worshipping the Inogu.
Yeah, I don't know. Most of what I know about gnolls I learned from you.
Is it a boob or a deltoid on the lion otter side? It was a bicep. That'd be a very strange boob, but it could be a boob.
Yep.
I don't know what lion boobs look like. I'll say this is a joke. This is fine. Question for anyone 5e economics. What would a mithril holy symbol pendant be valued in gold pieces? Ooh. 50 gold? I don't know. That's generally what I make. I think mithril is like a 200 gold addition to something being. Cost of mithril. Consuming mithril armor is an uncommon item, crafting value of 500 gold unless your DM says otherwise. Pound. Adding mithril is 500 gold per pound. So if it's a necklace that's, say, what, like 10 ounces? 5 ounces of gold? Or of mithril? Mithril's gonna be light, though. That's an interesting way to look at it. Oh, because you use that based on the item. So yeah, it's like 0.1. So I'd say it'd be like 25 gold. Let's do that. Holy symbols cost 5 gold, and amulet costs 5 gold. So if it's supposed to be 250 times, it was 1 gold. Yeah, I'd say 25 gold. What was I drawing?
I don't know.
Goblin. Goblin time. A goblin in a brown shirt. Goblin halfling. Goblin halfling. Goblin merchant. Something to that effect. I've been drawing too many sexy goblins lately. That's my problem. An only-ish brown shirt. Wham, wham, wham.
Let's see. How am I going to... How am I going to show sorcerer? I usually do tons of jewelry, but this guy literally has no neck.
Give him chest jewelry, like a sash. Or like a hat.
Surprisingly considered uncommon in the settings. That's around 500 gold minimum for a mithril shirt. So assuming it's like 100th of that mithril piece would be like 5 gold. If I remember well, mithril ores are 25 gold per 500 grams. This is a holy symbol on top of that. With some artisan's work, 30 to 60 gold depending on gold. To make it say 50 gold or broken in half, would that be appropriate?
I think so, yeah. I think it's 25 to 50 gold would be very appropriate for a mithril holy symbol. Because like if it was a gold necklace, a gold like pendant or holy symbol made completely out of gold, it would probably be worth at least 10 to 15 gold. And now this is mithril, which is supposed to be more uncommon, so I would minimum double that. Yeah, because like the 500 gold per pound or 250 gold per pound thing is just based on weight. So that's converting something that has a weight in the book, but you're converting it to mithril. That's only costs. It's been a long time since I've drawn a goblin. Orc the science orc. Is that a suggestion for your character? Or is that just a random thought? Favorite instrument is the Bunsen burner. I'm a big fan of the football-headed goblins.
Same. It's not just because I watched too much Hey Arnold growing up.
Good look at them, just ugly elves.
Ooh, why am I struggling with this? That's weird.
Okay, let's try this again.
What hair should we give this person? Make him bald.
Those are kind of tall, and goblins are like 2 feet tall, but this kid is like the whole color spectrum. I think they're their own thing. It really depends on where you're coming from. So like, in Pathfinder, goblins are their own thing. In 5e, they've been all over the place. Whether they're fae or whether they're tormented elves. Goblins. Steal the root beer barrels.
I don't know a lot about gnolls. I usually picture them organized into little war bands. I mean, you can write them however you want. Hyenas have are pretty social, right?
Yeah. It's not necessarily a nice, pleasant, benevolent social structure, but it is a social structure. Matriarchal, I believe.
Yep.
Regular nose. Regular nose.
What a weird joke.
Yeah, I never understood that.
I mean, it's breaking the law, breaking the law.
I don't know that reference either.
It's a song.
Okay, well,
It's a song. Let me confirm the song.
that would explain why I don't get it.
Why is it so hard to draw shirts?
I don't know. Why is it so hard to draw animal patterning?
Isn't there there's like a tiny Aardwolf gnoll in Pathfinder, right?
Is there?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Probably called something weird like skeens or scoodles.
Hey, that didn't turn out too bad.
That's good.
I was actually really worried about the patterning on this fish.
Well, that turned out great.
Okay.
Starting over.
Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one who had to start over mine. This is like I know that I drew this. I wasn't intending this, but I think that this is the cutest Lokotha I've ever seen.
Nice. It's pretty cute.
Hello?
Howdy, howdy.
Okay.
There, I hear you.
How you doing?
Oh,
I'm okay. Technical difficulties out the wazoo today. The aliens and solar flares.
Is that what they're saying?
I don't know. I gave the biggest eye roll I could and just walked away from it.
Want to believe. There's two things that happen if we say, hey, aliens exist. One, we try to rationalize it into our own religion. Or two, we try to fuck them. Those are the two things that I'm worried about happening if we say the aliens exist. So
You forgot the third one.
what's that?
We declare all out war on them and try to prove ourselves the superior species.
Well, that would be really dumb. So I don't...
More likely than most. Given the current state of the world.
That's fair. Did you ever read The Watchmen or watch The Watchmen?
I have I have watched the movie. I did not understand any of it.
Okay.
So
The whole idea with The Watchmen is that the main villain, quotation marks,
is essentially trying to trick the planet into being peaceful by giving them a common enemy. It doesn't really work.
No.
The TV show they have after it, they made a TV show for it, and which I really liked. It was good, but it essentially just it didn't really work. So if all of a sudden we say, "Hey, there's aliens about," people are like, "Well, we gotta go kill them." It's like, you think we can just go kill aliens? Okay. Nope.
We can
I mean-
barely get into space reliably.
Yeah.
That is literally a thing that has only happened within the past 10 years, and then you want to go to war with a...
If anything, it might be Elon Musk's like Hail Mary pass to try to get the government to buy his spaceships more.
That I can see happening.
I saw a lot of comments like, this is clearly the distraction where they trying to distract us from.
Yep.
I was like,
Maybe it is Elon Musk. Ah, shit. They figured out my Twitter logo thing. Release the aliens.
They realize
release
that
the
X
dancing
stands
lobsters.
for...
But yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh no. But I vaguely remember maybe you bringing that up, that it was something was gonna like happen. I was like,
I swear this was a Doctor Who episode. Oh yeah, probably.
strange times.
Yeah. Telling ya. If I could run for president. Which, I mean, I guess I could.
How old are you?
Would you want to?
That's why I say, like, if I could. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, I don't want any of that. I, as a person, could not run for president. I would not survive the attempt. My heart would explode. I would do
Also,
it
you're not
just
rich
to,
enough.
yeah, and that's the other part of it. Not rich enough, but I would do it just. I would run on the platform of, I will tell you guys what's up with the aliens. If I get assassinated, I blame the deep state.
Deep state. Oh god.
And Men in Black are coming after me because I want to release all the alien stuff.
Release the aliens.
Yeah, release the aliens.
Jesus.
I feel like I'm being punked, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Because all this was a goblin with a brown shirt.
I don't know any goblins with a brown shirt.
This is Loretta. She's a goblin with a brown shirt.
And yes, you do, Corvus. The rug that Rugby wears could technically count as a brown shirt.
Was that
It's
the joke?
brown. It's a shirt.
Did I get punked on my own channel and not realize it?
I mean, it's entirely probable.
Is equally very probable or equally very unlikely. I'm willing to give people the benefit of the doubt.
One could just want a goblin with it. Oh, this might have been supposed to be a druid. Did I screw this up? Hold on a second. Goblin druid with a brown shirt. Okay, I gotta turn her into a druid.
A flower crown.
Hey, I love flower crowns, and I'm a druid.
I'm not judging.
Nothing wrong with playing with the type. Unless, of course, your type is murder hobo.
Flower in the ear, we can do flower.
There. Lokatha, sorcerer casting shocking grasp. What you thinking on time?
It's 2 o'clock, so we could call it. I already ate my lunch, so I might do one more after this.
Okay.
But if you want to call it, that's fine.
I'll try one more.
Okay.
If I get started now, I've got a chance. Let's see, 22.
22. A possum person wizard with robes and is very tall and long tail. A very tall possum wizard.
I agree.
Okay.
Possums are great.
Now I got space. I'm gonna save this out real fast.
You're very unlikely to get rabies from them if you ever get bit by them.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, the chance is still there. It's just pretty low chance.
Well, they eat ticks, which carry it, but their body temperatures is too low for it to be
To
for
carry
them
the
to carry the parasite.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So unless they like directly eat something and then bite you at the same time,
Yep.
it's very unlikely. So they're actually good. If you live in a place where rabies is a thing, it's good to have them around. They eat the ticks. Did I miss the rat paladin, or did you not do it?
Yeah, we haven't done the rat paladin. We've still got like 30 suggestions.
Well, I didn't suggest anything today. Or this week in general.
Yeah, that chorus is looking out for everybody. Everybody should think chorus right.
No. Don't.
Not flooding the.
Never flood the thing.
Decided to make a poppet rat pal. Everybody wants a. I forgot what it's called. Pate? Everybody
Pate?
wants
Yeah, familiar?
Pate de Rolo.
I don't want a pate.
Same.
The wrong kind of horny energy for me.
Too cottony.
Alright, there's my Huff Love inspired goblin.
Oh jeez.
Short stacks for days. Alright. $21. Hey, now we're rolling higher. Oh, it's the Crane Wizard. Democile Crane Wizard.
Mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle. Too many wizards. What color are we doing? Purple? Back to the purple.
You never have too many wizards.
Let's see if I can find that image.
Somebody give me a funny wizard staff for an opossum person.
Staff for an opossum.
Almost like I'm tempted to do old wooden spoon.
Spoon's good. I was gonna suggest something trash related, but
Any ideas, Corvus?
Nope. Drawing a blank. Rick kind of threw me off when he said trash can. Or trash.
possums only exist in two places: in the grass and in a trash can. Maybe on the dirt, maybe on a road. That's roadkill.
Trash in the grass. Oh, I know, Druid, because y'all might not know this. In my area, possums love persimmons, which grow wild here. So,
Huh.
you know, a little persimmon branch with a little persimmon on it.
I like that.
Fly swatter to beat off the ticks. Grubby wooden spoon is pretty solid, or an old banana, or a fishbone.
We also have things called possum grapes that they also like. Don't know why we call them
okay.
possum grapes.
I was gonna say, are they like is it a type
Possum
of grape, or is that
testicles?
like is that how you
Like
describe
it's an
the
actual
poop?
type of like wild grape. It's like really tart and sour.
Also called muscadine.
Ah, yes.
How you been, Corvus?
I've been okay. I've been on medicine for about 2 weeks now, so.
Oh boy. Hope whatever that is getting better.
Yeah, it's getting better. I mean, it's basically kind of fixed at the moment, but I'm still going to keep taking my antibiotics because best practice.
I had walking pneumonia for like 3 months once. That was not fun. Well, I've drawn a bird. How to turn this into a wizard. I hope you are feeling better. I went through a possum phase. Now I'm a rat. There you go. Where are these possums?
Opossums.
I have one in
Most
my
of the
backyard.
opossums that I have seen have been on fences. Usually hissing at a cat. Nice big Sorcerer Supreme collar.
Burning, hello, hello. How are you today? I'm doing well. Oh, the internet's taking a poop.
I know my internet has affected your internet.
The aliens.
Mine's still doing good. Does that mean that the aliens own Google?
Maybe.
And or just run Utah.
That would not surprise me.
The lizard men.
Mormons are in on it. I was talking to some of my extended family that live in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
We got on this weird subject of like the Mormon assassin guy, whose name I can't remember and doesn't matter because I don't like to perpetuate serial killers. But it was just it's like we got on these super weird topics about the Mormon Church, and I was just like, I can't tell if you guys are for the Mormon Church or against the Mormon Church, and they were all kind of like, yeah. It's like,
Neither do we.
At one point, I was like, it's kind of a cult, and then I just looked, and everyone kind of just stared at me, and I walked out of the room. I was like, I've said my piece. There are some.
That was funny that
Weird.
we're talking about this because the other day me and Jared were talking about Imagine Dragons who are Mormon, or used to be Mormon.
Used to be, yeah.
And we're like, I didn't know this. I immediately sent to Jared like, did you know?
I did, and I did not know, despite actually
Now you gotta
knowing
start
the
playing
band
League of
and enjoying the
Legends.
music. And then I realized that I was an idiot for not knowing that they were Mormon after after remembering their official music video for Radioactive, which is the Puppet Fight Pit, which is basically BYU BFA material, stereotypically so, almost.
I don't remember how any of that came up. The staff is so pretty. We were my extended family is a bunch of history nerds. So like, even though none of them have been active in the church for 20 years, they all still have like all of the historical knowledge about Salt Lake and stuff like that.
It kind of gets grilled into you in primary Sunday school as a child. They make sure you know your lore.
One of my in-laws is coming back from his mission, and they're like, "What?"
Well, if he's coming back from his mission, he's got, I think, about a 40% chance of being totally disillusioned and leaving the church.
Oh, I remember what we were talking about. We were talking about him coming back from his mission, and then I was remembering there's a Corvus. You might have talked to me about this. The Amish guy on TikTok who was constantly talking about leaving the Amish. Maybe we haven't talked about this. I thought we did. Okay.
I know a bit about Amish people. I've been to Pennsylvania. They're a bit odd.
I think the my cousin. I'm not sure how to talk about
A relative.
A relative, yeah. They were coming back from their mission like halfway through it because they were having trouble with it.
Mm.
I was just like, yeah, that happens.
It happens a lot because the church does not take great care of its missionaries, psychologically, physically, emotionally.
One of my friends who went on this mission, I was basically his I was his handler, his fixer. So he'd call me and be like, "Hey, I need you to email me an Xbox to this address," and I was like, "You got it, you got it, buddy." And I was like I helped him smuggle contraband into his mission stuff. It was really funny. Can you send me a guitar? Yes, I can do that.
On my mission, there was a guy who was building guitars in his free time.
That's cool.
It is cool, but it's like it's so restrictive. Be a Mormon missionary that you really do either drink the Kool-Aid or go insane.
Yeah, I think we got on the topic of the Amish one. Oh, I remember now. This is not appropriate for YouTube.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, does it sort of have to do with that reality TV show Breaking Amish?
Maybe. No, it doesn't directly. It had more to do with like polygamy when we were discussing about it. It's like,
Oh. Yeah.
we were talking about like the fundamentalist Mormons that still practice it. And that's where the cult thing came from.
Yeah.
Mm.
Scary stuff. I've been raised as a church kid, but eventually left when my parents did early teen years. When my parents did. Oh, early teen years. Sort of plays with my head with things. Yeah, like there's, and that's not unique to one religion or church.
No, that is organized religion as a whole.
Which doesn't have to be bad. And like there are definitely like my friends that were raised Mormon, like they were amazingly good people to me, and were very welcoming, but constantly trying to make me join the church. So
Yeah.
so like there's things about it that I don't agree with. But I'm not saying that religion is bad. Just that it's not for me.
It's if it serves a purpose, right? And the purpose it serves is building communities.
Yeah, I mean, like my mother and father were raised like hyper Catholic, and they needed it. Like that was their only social group for my entire life. And I have wonderful people I've met through the church, but I walked away from it a long time ago. That's okay.
Yeah, it was like socially important, informative for me as well, up until the point where I found artist communities outside of the church that served my needs significantly better.
That's good.
And then like you start to realize that that you've been living in a weird Christian bubble, and it's a lot of the stuff that you have been spoon-fed all your life is not provable. And there's a lot of stuff that was just out and out not true.
I've definitely talked to people where it's just like from what they're struggling with. It's like, going to like a church might help you. Like you might need that kind of connection.
Just my
I think I'm about done with this one. I want to do another one.
I think I'm about done too.
Christian bubble, that's a good term. Yeah. Should we call it there on our political religious talk?
Oh, let's do, please.
Community is a good thing.
I was
Faith
like-
must be a good thing. Yeah, I agree, Bernie. I'm shunned from all the churches around me, and my ex-wife's father has a restraining order taken out of me. Didn't stick because it believed to be the Antichrist. All right. All right. I've been asked to not come back to churches, but I don't believe I have any restraining orders on me. So you got that one. That's a unique experience.
I've only asked people to stop asking me to go to church with them.
All right, got the fish staff. I feel like I need one leg, just like.
Oh damn, that fish staff is badass. That's very cool.
I feel like I need to spend an hour on that and really like flesh it out. So right now it's just like a snake on top of a stick holding a fish.
Yeah. I mean, mine's just like derptastic, which I think is probably part of the brief.
Yeah.
But I'm a little jealous of yours. Looks
As far
very
as
cool.
religion is concerned, I'm Eldath. Is that a D&D religion? I'm not sure. I hope it is, because otherwise I feel like a butt.
You say that the name sounds familiar from D&D.
I like D&D deities and Pathfinder deities better than IRL deities in general.
There was
They're a little
someone
easier to swallow.
I saw a short
For me.
about is it Manbeard? No, it wasn't Man Shorts. There's a YouTuber who does D&D content who's just got like wild hair and a beard, and then he's just green screens himself into stuff. And he was talking about playing an atheist in D&D and how stupid that was because like clerics can directly talk to their gods.
Yeah.
But then making that character be like a conspiracy theorist trying to explain away all the other gods, and I thought that was really funny.
That's hilarious.
Really cool. It was a good short.
I think I might know who you're talking about.
He's good. I watch a lot of his content, but I don't know if I'm subscribed to him. Possum uses whatever staff they can get. Spoon fits the lore. Still accepted at my childhood church because of Pastor
Perfect.
Roger. That's good. Yeah, any church that excludes you is generally where I get upset. Churches should always be inclusive. Worse, they treated the kid that started the fight as an angel. Yeah, that's just people. That's not religion. It's just shitty people. So, and that's my problem with organized religion is it's usually just people, not actually a thing.
People make it unbearable.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to make a reminder. I thought we said we were going to drop this combo.
Sorry, we were talking about something else, and I remembered something. And people in the chat kept talking about it, and they're interested. They pay my bills, of course. I have
There's
to
also
pander.
rules.
I have to pander a little bit. No, it's fine. We can move on.
I mean, I don't have an issue with it.
Springs pool still is quite glades. That's a good one. That's a good one to go with.
That's who I thought it was. I was like, I think I know that name.
Man Shorts did a good video the other day about playing influencers as D&D characters. That one was really funny.
Oh, jeez.
I think Bryce sent me that one. That one was good. But it was
Are they all warlocks?
no, they were just different types of influencers. Like one of them was an alpha male, like dude, bro
Ugh.
podcaster. Yeah, he was gross. The other one was a lady that was like selling trips to where was it? Trips to Mordor. And he's like, you can't sell trips to Mordor. People will die. And she's like, I don't know. It was funny. It's worth watching. Man Shorts is good. I like their stuff. I had somebody once tell me that they were a believer of what was it? Unitology?
Rastafarianism?
No, I've met people with that though. They were a unitologist, and I was like, "Is that the religion from Deep Space or Dead Space?" And they ghosted me and they stopped talking to me after that. And I was like, "Oops." I used to watch Man Shorts. Yeah, I think they're funny.
I think.
It's a unique skit comedy thing that I like about their group dynamic. Whereas XP to level, is that it? XP to level 3. It's kind of the same, but he does a lot more of just like, I would say shop talk. So I like Man Shorts just as like I see them few and far between, and I like their little skits.
Man Shorts.
Man Shorts, yeah.
Rook, our canvas looks like you're the serious wizard, and I'm just like a little shit who's making fun of you in the background.
Now let me teach you the ways of Horus. Spoon. I played an exalted cleric of Edith who was a pacifist. She would go full Valkyrie and versus undead, but showed compassion for everyone else. Pissed off other players because I weaponized healing. That's pretty funny. All right, I think I'm going to call it. It's 2:40. Yeah, it's 2:40. We went long today. We'll be back on Friday. We'll try to finish up what we can here. I'll keep the same list, so if you didn't get drawn today, just hang tight. Hopefully it'll pop up again on Friday, same time. I'm also working on a video, so hopefully that'll get done soon. I finished the audio finally after I rewrote it 3 times. The artwork is done, so now I just have to do all the little animations and dumb stuff. So hopefully we'll get that done in the next few days. But I've been saying that for months, so who knows? But
You got this.
we'll try it. We'll try it. Let's see if there's anybody around to raid.
Raiding party.
Raiding party. Nope. Well, that's a bummer. So, that's all I got. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. I'll post these in the Discord for people to use under the Discord and draw. And if you want to use those for your character sheets and whatnot, let me know. And we'll catch you there. Bye, everybody.
Hey, bye.